The All Smiling Faces podcast is now sponsored by Tirespot, the Northeast's leading tyre supplier with branches across the region. Tirespot don't just do tyres, they cover everything from servicing to wheel alignment. They can handle every aspect of your car's maintenance. For more information, visit tirespot.co.uk. Enjoy the episode.
Overheard here.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the Always Smiling Faces podcast on the GallowgateShots YouTube channel. We are going to dive straight into it because you do not want to know what we were just talking about. Cutting it fine. We really will.
Literally, in more ways than one.
Cutting it fine. All four of us are back this week by yourself, Kris. He's only just got it. He's only just got the joke. Well, all four of us are back by myself, Kris, joined by Besty, Deka and Mark. Just a quick shout as well. If there are any audio problems or anything like that, give me a shout and I'll fix it straight away. So if anybody's a bit quieter than the other one,
is my mic on this week?
Your mic is on. Yes, well, it was 2 seconds ago before we tested.
Is it on now?
It's fine. Okay. It's fine. Hi, everybody. That's has joined us straight away. Couple of things that we need to talk about this week. Obviously, there's not been anything happening since in transfer wise since me and you had the discussion last week.
Nah.
A couple of rumours about goalkeepers, but we'll get on to that.
Chelsea have signed Tosin.
Chelsea had Tosin gone last week.
We mentioned that last week, though, didn't it? It was all but done at that point. But we will get on to like the transfers towards the end of the show. Those that are watching will be able to see that Besty is repping.
Besty is fat.
Besty is fat.
Not as fat as you were in Castor, though.
No, apparently not.
You're slimmer in Adidas.
I've lost the whole size
this
summer.
In Adidas than what you were in Castor. But yes, Besty is repping his burgundy. Is that what's that classed as? What sort of leisure wear is that?
It's a training jumper, I think. Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
So jumper. It's the quarter zip with the little thumb holes.
Some holes that are redundant completely when I wear them.
But yeah, Besty, what does it feel like? Not just to be you, but to be you wearing that.
That's quite an existential question, that one, Kris. It's all right. Like it's nice. I had a few of the. Funnily enough, I got the Castor one. You know, the one that had the multicolored stadium all over it.
Yes.
Matty was wearing it when he came when Matty went. And I hadn't worn it for a few months. I was surprised by how like heavy it felt compared to this. This feels like a. I don't know. I don't want to sit here and go, oh, it feels so amazing because it's just canny. It's all right enough, like it's comfortable. I wouldn't be weird if it wasn't. I dress for comfort.
So did you go straight to the club shop to buy it, or did you get a JD?
No, I went to Boots in Shields first because I had to pick up some medicine for the burn. And then I went to JD in Shields, South Shields it is. And I was looking for a specific item. I was looking for a hoodie that they didn't have in the JD in Shields. So I went to Silverlink because I thought, well, I'm out now. Went to Silverlink. They did have it, but the one I picked up had a little kind of discoloration in the fabric.
Okay.
I thought, well, that's a pity. So I put it back on the... Shouldn't have done it actually because I put it back on the hanger. So now someone's probably bought that, taken it home and gone, oh, for fuck's sake. Well, I haven't noticed and now they're going to be looking because obviously everyone watches this. And then I thought it was lunchtime. I thought I'm north of the water now. I don't need to go over the Tyne Bridge because I've gone through the tunnel. I did pay for it. Might as well get in the city centre. So I was going to go to JD. I didn't know where to park. So I kind of come in from the coast road. And where did I park? Oh, Buckler Stonehouse.
Oh, yeah, we're going.
Down Northumberland Street.
So you ended up at the Metro Centre then, did you?
I was on the back way, pretty much the same spot where we were, slightly further down, before Blackburn. And I thought, I'll have a walk to the. My plan was to walk down Northumberland Street, but I thought I'll go down the back lane, the cobbly one down East Stand, and see what the queue's like, because it was obviously chocker first thing in the morning, like you know.
I brought your championship manager game or anything. I just something forward to do. Why it's on his journey?
I'm sure there'll be something. But the queue was kind of like I was only waiting like 5-10 minutes to get in. It was
so. So you eventually went to the club shop.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was
the prefab thing outside.
It was like this was a third.
That
happens every time you get the park and Stonehouse. So right, so you went to the club shop, right?
Yeah, I
got you right. Okay.
It was chocolate block.
Yeah.
Like I say, like obviously because you have to queue again, and it's bigger than I was expecting. The club shop, this is.
She said.
But it was just loads of stuff, and I do actually I really like this shirt. Like I think it's dead smart. And they didn't have what I was after either, so I bought this instead.
Deka,
Nice.
Was it you once again this season that said you weren't too keen on the home shirt? Have you said that yet?
Oh no.
Or have you
no.
liked it from the start this time around?
Yeah, it's lovely.
Oh,
It's
okay.
lovely. Yeah, I've only got the odd little combo, but it's absolutely lovely.
All right, okay.
Yeah,
I
it's
just
really
wasn't
nice.
sure if you had to change your opinion like you normally do.
No, well,
when the
I
home
loved
shirt
last
comes out.
year's home one
Yeah.
from the off. Like I thought it was lovely.
I like it less
but I think it's lovely though. Yeah.
towards the end of the season. I kind of went off it a bit. Last season,
Well, I
loved it to start
I
with.
started going off it when I started seeing the one that was coming out. That's when I started.
I think that's
peeling
probably
away.
the case.
Yeah.
Look, I just wanted to ask him why. What made you go for that one over the white? Was it cleanliness?
Yeah, I'll just the white
For
would be
you, yeah.
filthy as soon as I put it
Imagine him
on.
in
That's
white.
what I thought.
I
Yeah,
know.
Besty and white is like the worst combination
I
going.
know.
I
like-
thought like.
And with 2 young kids as well.
Never mind the kid.
4-year-old and 2. I mean, on top of me being like a grubby bloke to start with, like 2 young kids. In fact, I didn't that like it would be a nightmare. Like, so I thought, nah, the white one's actually really. I think it's really nice. I would like it to be a black version of it. When I saw the first kind of picture I saw of it was How and Tyndall in the strawberry on Thursday, just before the video dropped, leaked, whatever. And I thought it is nice, but it's a bit too white. And Eddie Howe looks really weird in white as well. He always wears black stuff. Is that
Eddie
right?
Howe just doesn't like wearing clothes that fit him either.
He's breathing in a lot, I think, on that
Yeah.
photo.
Yeah.
Because he's definitely he's not. He's just not. Like
But I was interested looking at when it was filmed, because there's a picture of him filming. The
Sheffield, wasn't it?
score chart. Sheffield United at home, so it must have been when that was the third last.
well,
game
it's
of the season.
quite a while ago because we both seen them doing the bit down the little lane
That's
at
right.
the
Yeah,
end
that's
of the
right,
Gallowgate, didn't we? Yeah.
Oh, I
Do
remember
you
you were saying
think
about
in
that,
that picture, the people at the front and the new strip are
Photoshop
100% photoshopped?
Yeah, yeah. You
because
can
they
tell
weren't
really.
there.
You can tell really.
Yeah, because there's only them wearing it. Behind them's all there's like
100% they weren't there.
interesting that, because I hadn't really, I hadn't really thought to look for that. But I had wondered, because you said at the time, you said, "Oh, you couldn't.
No,
you
no.
could just be wrong, Mark. It does happen quite often."
Well,
But
there's
I
a-
mean,
I literally stood across the street looking at them. There's it.
even then,
I was telling you about the other thing about there's another advert going to be coming with, obviously on a train, right? They're on a train with a few of Darren Peacock, Warren Barton, etc. So there's something else going to come.
Well,
But
Ginola
that
has
might
definitely
be
done something.
there's
yeah,
something
so that
out-
might be for the
It's
away
100%
shirt.
going to be the entertainers.
the away kit.
Yeah.
I've
On the
heard,
metro.
Burgundy and blue in it.
the away kit.
I think
I've
it's only,
heard
you know,
there's annex involved in it.
What, the castle? Or
Keep
Jack?
that. We brought him back.
Jack on it. He's just going to be elbow dropping Diego Costa in the face again. No, Anik, the town, the conurbation up in off the A19. Yeah, Anik's going to be. I got told that
A19
a
and
few.
Anik?
It's going to be A19, isn't it?
A1.
Well, you get the A1 from the A19. Go through a tunnel or two.
Whatever. And there's a couple of questions straight away about the
I'll get
announcement video. Obviously, we've discussed this between ourselves there. But Mark, it was sensational, that announcement video, wasn't it?
It was quite special, wasn't it? I did find it quite unusual that Newcastle Argentina were the first to get it. Like,
Was that unusual?
and leak it. That was very, very unusual. But brilliant, absolutely brilliant. The whole, just it's very clever the way that they've done it. Like, kind of involving the fans, the players, the heritage around the city and the club and stuff like that, bringing out local landmarks. But then the story of it being working class and being in the working men's club and all of that kind of thing, bringing it all together, like in the streets, is just very, very well shot. Yeah, top job by the director.
The backing track as well, Deka. I know you love, obviously, your Newcastle classics when it comes to music, but the backing track for Blading Races and the version that they've done was sensational, fantastic.
It was mint, wasn't it? To be fair, when the advert first dropped, I was away with golf, and I think it was the presentation was happening, so everyone was dead quiet. And I looked at my phone, and I was watching it without the volume on at first, while they were doing the presentation. Then, as soon as that shut up, I then turned the volume on. It was absolutely amazing. I think the Mark's spot on about the social club environment was like the pool was really cool. I thought.
Yeah.
Obviously, you've got how in a pub and that. It was a strawberry, obviously, but then the newer bits, like if he sat with the dog, like just there was so much that showed up with the
Clever.
apple.
There was little
little
nods,
great
wasn't
touches,
it?
those, yeah.
Really good touches that we get, and there might be loads of people watching going, "Why is he walking the dog?" Like, but we know. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. It just felt like an advert that was so individual to us.
Yeah.
Like it was special to us, and it was.
You could tell it had been directed by a Newcastle fan.
I like to think that if you played it backwards, you can hear Get England match on as well.
Yeah.
Very, very rustic though, wasn't it, as well? Like the way it's all shot. And do you know what is the club? We know last season that they brought the lads in from Waxat to help out the media side of things from the club. But to get George, who's been taking the photos of the away games and the home games from floodlights on, he's been involved massively as well. And some of his shots from the recording of the the video and the promotion are unbelievable. Like you mentioned, the Isaac one, the shoulder on the bike one. So if you haven't followed his account yet, some of the photos he's been putting up is amazing.
I think the very start of it, when he's out, like they got the PS, the North and South PS,
Yeah.
because obviously the kind of it'll be in Fender's territory, that one. That'll be down near Lowlights.
So I think it's on the fish key because you
can see the
down
rocks.
on the coastal defence boundary things under the massive chunks of rock that just hide in the side. It's that little beach where the ice cream van normally is.
Yeah. No,
I can't recall because obviously it's more of a meant to be like a kit release video, but I was more hard about the other stuff I was seeing, like Gordon in that t-shirt. I was like, my God,
That t-shirt was
pause,
amazing,
like
mate.
what's
I think
this?
everybody had that same reaction because
'Cause
everybody was waiting for that, and as soon as everybody saw that the training gear, which is a massive flashback and throwback to the 90s versions of the training gear, you think, oh my God, I need that.
I forgot there was even about a top man.
Yeah.
I wasn't interested.
that
I was
Cassius dead one as well, when
just-
he's wearing, he's sitting with the glass on, he's got the old trefoil.
Oh my
in the
God,
actual,
mate.
when you see a picture of that one, it's
The
unbelievable.
only downside to that, I think, is
None.
it's
No,
long
no.
sleeves.
Satisfying.
That's the only thing that I'm.
Do you not think they might bring out one? They might later on.
I don't think it's in their plans, apparently.
Nah, because Adidas, like originals in that sort of style, always bring out like a long sleeve
Unbelievable.
polo.
Yeah, I don't think the proper shirt, such as it is. I don't think. I think it's been on release with Arsenal, with Real Madrid, with the other Adidas elite. I know we're not elite, but
Adidas have absolutely smashed out the park. Like, you know, when you think
start to finish,
you
completely.
think when Castor came in, for all we were happy because it got rid of other people, whatever. And it did feel at the time that it seemed a little bit more classy of a brand at the time. But like in terms of that whole announcement was breathtaking, really, for how big it was.
Credit to them and the club for keeping it under wraps for so long.
Yeah,
Well,
It
nothing
was
leaked.
an hour before, really. Then
Well, everybody knew that
There's a few things.
the different elements were getting recorded because we all knew the stuff that was happening in Shields,
In the
like out
social club
streets, in the
in
social
Northfield.
club, the stuff obviously happening outside of the Strawberry, but you just didn't know how it all came together and what it was all for and stuff like that.
It's
I
so
just
hard to
assumed
keep
it was
that
a
under
photo
wraps,
shoot,
isn't it?
most of it. I just thought that's what it was. Just
To keep that on the wraps is really
Oh,
hard to do, right? 'Cause
ridiculous.
there's so many people involved, right? You know what I mean? It is
Well,
mad.
no, obviously, we knew that the kits had been leaked, and everybody knew it was pretty close to what the kit was going to be and the shirt was going to be. But for the way that they've displayed that and put that out there and on the stage that they've created, honestly, I couldn't stop watching the video.
It's mad that had that Argentinian account not have leaked that video, we wouldn't have seen any of that until potentially the morning of the
The
release.
club's hands have been forced, like at that point. Yeah,
Now I've wondered this because I thought that as well, and I still kind of do think that. But then, do you think they would have released that video at 8 o'clock when it went on sale?
I still think it would have been the night
gone-
before.
I think it would have been. It wouldn't have been that far away from when it actually happened. I saw someone in a group called it the PR disaster that it leaked. And I just thought that was. It's not. It's slightly unfortunate.
A
maybe,
PR disaster is what happened on Prime.
Yeah,
On
Amazon
that,
documentary.
that's
Yeah.
a disaster.
a PR disaster. Well, yeah, players getting locked up for nonsense or something like that. That's a.
No, I
PR
think,
disaster's not-
I don't think
it's-
I don't think it'll be a Newcastle PR disaster. It's not to do with it. It's
Yeah.
more so for Adidas, like having this. Like Adidas won't want anything to leak, right? Like
Yeah.
any picture at all.
And nothing came out. Literally, it was that night before we were sitting on WhatsApp. And I forget who put it was. I think it was this actually. The Tino Livramento and Lewis Hall were in the training gear.
Yeah.
And then Scott started putting some stuff in, and all of a sudden there's a video out, and then it was like everyone was all hell broke loose. Basically.
I mean, I say that, and I've also said about the Prime documentary as well. But there's no news is bad news these days, really, isn't it? Like everything gets a click, everything gets a search, everything gets a like. It's what they want, really. So
well, even
it dropped early on Prime, but the whole world was talking about it. So like
when that Prime thing happened, it was everyone's thought, and all of a sudden they've kind of used that advantage. They put the black and white
that's right, yeah.
that
Which was mint. aye.
logo on the thing with 1st September. And it was like
That logo, man. Honestly, I can't even explain to you how much it turns me on. You know, it's just the best. Like,
Have you been in the club shop yet, Deka?
No, because I haven't been back long enough. I haven't been back. So, but I'm gonna go tomorrow. I'm gonna go tomorrow and
I wonder if the
Beg
staff
for
will wonder
forgiveness.
where you are.
beg for forgiveness.
During the staff again, I wonder where that we had kids
Yeah,
that
that's
used to come in.
Friday.
every day.
See what's that?
I so well. Obviously, hopefully, I don't know. Hopefully, the stock will be okay, and then I'll start making some very big
So
decisions.
I think it's the
This
club shop's getting restocked constantly, isn't
There's
it?
been constantly been a procession of people going in and out of that shop all day.
We're back. That's what it felt like to me. To be honest, I know it sounds. I haven't even played a game of football yet, man. It just felt we're back. Like
I was
that's what
in the pub on Friday night. I was down at the Alum House just to bring it back to South Shields. I was spent too far over that side of the water. So to bring it back to South Shields, I was in Alum House, lovely pub, Besty, you'll agree, do you?
Yeah, a lovely pub, but
Okay.
but it is one of my favorite.
Yeah.
The pub itself is my favorite in the whole
Yeah.
town, but I don't go.
All right, okay.
I'll not say why until finished.
Right, okay. But yeah, it's a nice pub.
Or did you go for the ferry cam? Is that the
For the
Alum
what?
House? Alum House, isn't it?
Ferry cam.
Ferry cam, yeah. Where is it?
What?
Where
What's
is
a
it?
ferry cam?
No, wait, where are you talking
Alamy
about?
House on the ferry landing.
Alum
Yeah.
House.
Aye, ferry cam. That's why I sent a picture of you the other day in the group. I was there and they've got a massive telly with when the ferry's coming, so you can go and get the ferry so you don't miss it.
Oh, hold on.
Yeah.
Are you moonlighting from Tipcam with
No,
ferry cam?
hang on. I put a picture in the group saying, "Look, ferry
Did
cam,"
you?
and you replied to me and went, "Ah, it doesn't be tip cam."
I don't remember this.
This was like a couple of weeks ago when I went out.
I'm not sure, you know.
Well, just
I'm-
talking.
that-
This
you-
is you tell your story.
You
You tell
100% he's put it in a different group
Incorrect.
chat, hasn't he?
Incorrect.
Right. If Deka remembers something, that's good going for Deka.
You,
Like.
very true. Actually.
Yeah. But yes, I was in the
Well, did
Alamy
I?
House.
Fair enough, fair enough.
Thank you very
Well,
much.
no, you took a photo of a pint of Guinness.
I was ferry cam in the
You
background.
can barely see what that is, man.
I said it's ferry cam.
Look at that ferry
Ah,
cam.
you've done pouring out of your Guinness rather than the
Get in
camera.
the bin with that, you can't see what that is. I'm behind the Guinness.
Oh, hold on. So there's ferry cam in the pub on
In
the
the
telly?
pub on the telly, so you don't miss the ferry.
Did I
Oh,
see
really?
Bar reply to that?
Just that.
He did. He went. It's
Who,
not as
me
good.
or him?
You.
Did
Sure,
I
it was
actually?
you. Yeah, you
Ferry
went.
cam.
When you
Oh,
said
you did
that,
next photo, fantastic. Scott put no more Castle because Wolves. Not as good as Tipcam, Kris Wallace.
They were
Jesus Christ. What time was that? Was I pissed?
3 minutes past 7, so it was every chance.
In the morning?
To be fair, I was drunk at that point. Like, to be fair.
Anyway, back to my story. So I was just having a pint outside there before me and Mo last went for a curry. And there's a group of...
It's a long way to walk down Ocean Road.
I had the call. I was only on one.
We walked from there.
Yeah. It's not
Not
that
that far,
really.
road.
Yeah,
It's
it's
up
not
King
up.
Street.
Yeah.
Well, it is for Mark, you know.
There's plenty more pubs closer.
Yeah, but that
Torsion-
no, we're like in the car, we're driving around and just we ended up there. But there's a couple of Magnums on the table next, and as we're leaving, the guy, you see the new Newcastle strip? It's red and white, like meaning the one you're wearing.
Oh, yeah.
Like absolutely mental, them lot. Mental.
That's because somebody had
Doctor, the video up
photoshopped the picture, hadn't they? Turned the contrast and colour right
Yeah.
up, so it looked red.
They're just
Yeah.
insane. Like, getting
Oh,
a kick
I've
out
seen
of
that
that's
about
mental.
the hoodie, the one because one hoodie hasn't got the black bits. It's just like burgundy and white. And I've seen a bit of that. I mean, what? So
yeah,
The-
we got that
the
with the
what- the
passport.
contrast
Remember
of
the
red.
passport, the passport,
Passport.
the passport shirt. We got that as well, didn't we? So you know, all the way in
Yeah.
red, whatever.
Well, having the black cat with a Puma logo.
Yeah.
I don't really care.
Nah, but honestly, most of the stuff that they've released in the last handful of days, I've absolutely loved. Like it's been great. There's some which I'm not too keen on. The t-shirt of that one which you're wearing,
Yeah,
it looks a bit like a referee shirt.
I've seen someone describe this as being like a Star Trek uniform.
We've got that with the passport.
It's
one
about
as
right,
well.
like in
yeah.
fairness. Like,
Yeah.
it's not far off. is it?
Yeah, Luke Picard, what's it called? Captain Picard, isn't it? That's
Nice.
Discovery.
But I love most of the stuff though, and I can't wait they've done really well because I think if they had released the one which Gordon's and Murphy's wearing, that people would just dive straight for that. But I think that's probably going to go hand in hand with the third.
Hopefully, people will be going to end to buy
Do you
that.
not think
Hopefully,
that,
everyone's going to go to end to buy that one, so there'll be no queues at the club shop.
so that one's not going to be training gear related though?
No, that's leisure wear.
If you
that.
think if because I still think there's another range of training gear to come out. So anybody that's been in the club shop will have seen what all of the staff in there are wearing.
Yeah, I agree,
And
Mark.
I
I think.
sent you pictures on because I'd seen it on Thursday.
Yeah, long lens.
Because they were basically
Get
they were
arrested
wearing
for
the
that
uniform,
photo, like, to be honest.
like taking all the stock into the shop the day before it went on sale. So they've got basically a green, two-tone green polo shirt, matching pants, the whole shebang. So I reckon that's the green of the third kit.
I think you're probably right, Mark. I think because we've always, not always, but over the past years, tend to be variations of kind of. And there's that much. I think the Castell last season, the walk-on shirts, 3 different colours of training top, all that carry on. Like, so I think we'll get a green. I think the green one will be there as well.
Yeah. And the colour of that massively gives away what the away shirt's going to be. I mean, it's been rumoured for a
worst
long,
kept
long
secret, right?
time. Scott obviously did the mock-up, so it's going to be, what's over your shoulder. It's going to be that one, isn't it? 95, 97 grand.
I think Munich had
other
3.
shoulder, Besty.
No,
Yeah?
2.
Other shoulder.
I know.
When I went to Munich and I did their club shop thing, them had 2 of the Adidas gear. So them had the sort of like a black greyish with an orange. Everything else was orange, like the orange logo and everything. And then they had a like a red one, which is their new home shirt.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
like in my mind, I was saying, oh well, that's that one, the burgundy, and then Eddie Howe's white version. But I think that's slightly different, actually, what we're getting. Like I think because
The clothing looked nigh on identical
Oh, yeah.
From what we've brought up, obviously it's templated.
Yeah, it's
isn't
templated.
It is,
now.
yeah.
Well, as soon as I seen it on the wall, I was like, well, that's what it's going to
Yeah,
be.
that's what we're gonna have.
It's just going to be slightly different colours, you know.
But you think the white one's going to be home gear, isn't it? That's going to be away. So then you're going to have
Well, the
one
white
of
ones,
them go with the third kit.
the
So
white
you're gonna
ones
have to bring
are
out the green
the
stuff.
coaches, isn't it,
Coaches. Yeah.
Mm.
Mark? But they've got that one with the feathers on as well. That leaked.
Is that true?
I think it might be because there's
Not a
the
golfer's
one
win.
behind it. You see the rack behind it. The one behind it is Man U's one from this season.
Aye, but that picture's taken in Turkey.
That's the
Was it?
issue.
Aye.
Oh, I didn't realise that. You see,
So it's just
I thought the badge did look a bit kind of.
Yeah,
upside
it's a proper turkey badge on it. You can
Yeah,
see it's one where it's just been cut out and stuck on.
down. I like it. I
it's unusual, isn't it?
took a Bentley's football club class at the weekend. I put us in a group. And was a young lass there who was at the first session, but she was wearing the away kit that got like kind of had the rainbow bit down the side, and
Yeah.
looked amazing.
Mhm.
It looked, I might get myself one because it looked class. Like it's obviously not going to be anything like what, but I think it'll win.
It'll be on the age kid.
Oh yeah, I think that's probably where it came from. Yeah.
Turkey.
Everything's
It's been on
the
holidays in
HQ
Turkey.
at the minute.
Yeah.
But honestly, they've nailed it. Absolutely nailed it. And I'm excited to see what else is around the corner as well.
And homelessness for me, probably if I keep on going away.
They've got
Well, you should know you bought that one. Or did you just think that one in the house as well?
Aye. No, I didn't see this one.
You
I
didn't?
bought it when she was out, like, but you've seen it since.
All right. How did that go down?
It didn't seem to think it was new one to start with, so I kind of got away with it. And then afterwards she goes, "That new?" I says, "Aye."
All right.
they're going to have to go some to top that release for the home kit, aren't they? For the away and the third.
I don't think they'll pull any punches with it. Like I think the way going by what we've just said earlier on about the players that are involved, train apparently, on Curry train
It's
back
definitely
in
got to be something entertainers related with the players.
It sounds
Fact,
that
you
way,
know
doesn't
that's
it?
involved.
And Darren Peacock as well.
Yeah,
Listen.
from
Yeah. No, I think it'll be. I'm excited for it. I don't think it'll follow on. Was it? We had a kind of loose schedule, sort of. What was it? July? They said for the away kit.
Did we? No, I've not seen that.
Seem to recall. I might have imagined that, but I'm sure I've read that it was going to be June, July, August for the three of them. So
Well, sticking with you, Besty. What about the goalkeeper top?
it's all right, isn't it? It's our template. The Adidas have brought out for the European Championships. I'm glad we got green. I like green and yellow. Oh, wait, green and
The
yellow.
blue
Anyway,
one.
but
The blue one looks lovely.
do you reckon? I'm not so
Yeah,
sure.
the Real Madrid.
What?
It's the Real Madrid.
Have they got the
home
same one? Have they?
Yeah.
It's a bit of a part of us kind of thought it's a bit of a shame it's a template, but even the ones that we've had in the past, even the Sunset one, Rangers had a version of that, but it was Ibrox. The one with the Predator, Liverpool had it. Rangers had a version of that as well.
Yeah.
So they're all templates. Really got
The
out of that.
Apex ones were as well.
Yeah, they were.
Villa, Blackburn.
Yeah.
us.
Yeah, Stoke had a version of the ones that we had as well. So yeah, that's kind of how it works. Like, but all right. The sleeves are weird. The sleeves are like 3/4 length
3/4. Yeah.
because gloves don't end there now. Gloves like end up here. So I think it's just to accommodate that.
I think it's
That's just because Pickford's arms are short. as well.
So short, it's so
Not
close.
Sure. Sean
Sean
Connery.
Connery.
Mind he plays for a team, one in Castle and one in Nike, so I wouldn't.
Sean.
Same here.
Sean Connery. That's right.
Short chomps.
He's got short chops. What was it? Oh, I'm lost now. Sorry, just continue with something else.
Shall we'll move over to the Sela light show. Let's talk about that. Did anybody go? Or was it just me? Did any of you
I
three
was,
go?
yeah.
No, I didn't. I was watching.
What, you were the only one there on
No,
the
like
quayside?
I was four.
Bloody hell, you must have had a great view.
Out of us four. So I drove there across. Me, Wallace, and the two boys. We drove across and we parked. Yeah.
Where did you go for a pint, Wickham?
Do you know where the cycle hub is? That's where
Yes.
we tried to park in there, but that was fucking chocker.
Isn't that where you did?
Oh, we know very well where the cycle hub
I was
is.
going to say that's where you said that thing,
Scores,
wasn't
That's
it?
where we
like
did the
that
fish
place
video,
now.
yeah, and the cycle hub. So I had to park further up, just on the side of the road, just where the industrial park starts. When they walked
St.
down,
Peter's Basin.
thereabouts.
Nice up there.
We got there around about 22, 10 thereabouts. Then it comes up, it's just Lockwood presenting it. Then he comes on the speaker, on the microphone and goes, "Oh, the first show starts at 10:30. I'm going, hang on a second. This has been well publicated. That was 10 o'clock. Bigger fool me, because obviously the band's getting a bit restless at this point, especially the one with ADHD didn't, and wasn't really happy with that. But got there, and do you know what it is? It blew me away. That I wasn't expecting much, but it absolutely blew us away. Just the production of it, and the cameras that were around, and the drones which were obviously recording it, which you've seen the videos now of what was being recorded, and the tech that was used. You're thinking, this is that they've put some fucking effort into this. Like,
It's almost as if Sela are professionals at this kind of
I
thing.
know.
That stuff for
I
the
know.
water I've never seen that before.
You know,
That was
Nah.
class.
I've seen that
Yeah,
like the theme parks and stuff like that before.
Oh.
I've seen that, but not in the Tyne.
No.
It was honestly, it was amazing, absolutely fantastic. And just the atmosphere around there as well was buzzing. Everybody turned up in the
It looked, it
Newcastle
was
gear and that
rammed.
as well. It was like a
It
match
was
day.
busy.
Block,
Yeah,
aye.
yeah.
Honestly, it was
Excellent.
like a match day. It was
Brilliant, yeah.
absolutely smashed it. Like,
It's
Brilliant.
brilliant how much of a buzz is just around the place now, isn't it?
Mm.
After just all we've done is release a new kit and
Aye.
brought Adidas back. Everybody's
Yeah.
just like,
And we failed last season, so you know.
well, yeah, exactly. It was
It's a
complete
joke, I'm
failure, that
joking.
one, but it's just captured the whole spirit of everybody and got everybody really, really excited for the season ahead. We just need to carry that into August and into the start of the season, and who knows?
who does though?
Mm.
Who does?
It was a bit weird, I thought, that display.
What?
I thought it was a bit weird, the display.
What do you mean?
It was good, it was impressive and all that. And it looked amazing and that. It just, I kind of back at the end of it, I thought it was just like a 10-minute long advert for Sela.
Well, that thing.
Because I
That's
noticed
exactly what it is.
Lockers at the end of both says, let's hear it for Sela. And I was like, oh, is that right? No, Sela. It was the first thing he said after both displays, because I watched them both, because I'm a sad bastard. And I thought, oh,
I watched both of them there. I stayed watching both of them there.
Sorry.
What time did it finish like?
So they played the first one at 10:30. That went on for 10 minutes. It was a 10-minute interval, and they started the last one at 10 to 11. But the only reason we stayed for the second one is because the amount of people that left after the first one. I thought, I'm just going to be sat in the car anyway.
Oh, yeah, fair enough. Thank
So
God.
I thought I'll just hang fire and
Well,
just wait for the traffic to die down a bit.
I watched the first one, watched them both on YouTube on the same channel, and the first one packed in as Dan Byrne arrived. When he started doing the sign language bit, I couldn't do it, so I'm not going to do things. And I thought, oh, well, I might as well watch. And I missed the whole part of it. The second, when it came back on, there was loads of people in red and white stripes on the side of the Baltic, and I thought, out of context, this is really weird.
Mm.
So I had to watch it again, and obviously it was because Ryan Taylor's free kick and all that. Like, it didn't.
So because the amount of people, and the vast amount of people that were there, you couldn't really see that the stuff which was happening in the water, what you mentioned, Besty,
Right.
because
Yeah.
obviously, unless you're there at the front, you can't see
I
it.
suppose I.
So I was the same when obviously it was just red and white on the Baltic, and I'm thinking, hang on a second. Then you see the ball going on, and I'm thinking, all right, okay, well, it's obviously a flashback of the goal Ryan Taylor scored. Then when I've seen it afterwards, Ryan Taylor put a post on which was the template, what looked was all like computerized and digital, the one which Ryan Taylor put on. Then you see in the water like him taking the free kick.
Yeah.
But there and then I couldn't see anything
Yeah.
that was happening in the water. But honestly, I loved it. I was blown away by it, and we'll probably get something before the season starts as well, whether that's another drone show or whatever it's going to be.
Yeah, probably. I wouldn't say why not. Yeah.
But just it's mad when you think about it, like from where we've been with Gillian at Wonga.
Whoa, listen, Gillian.
To Funny It Aid, to
Gillian was
to
wonderful.
Sela. Like you can see obviously the progression, like from Gillian to Funny Aid to Sela. It's amazing, honestly. It just shows you the club is definitely going in the right direction.
100%, yeah. 100%. Just trying to grow and just become better, aren't they? You know what I mean? And certainly like off the field in terms of what they're trying to do and sort of, I don't know, like unite fans and what have you. It's funny because we're not used to it, right? Like
It's a novelty in it. That's the thing. Yeah.
like it's mad. It's mad to see we do
It's
that.
different, isn't it? It's just something
100%,
different.
yeah. And to be fair, to the individual ways, it would I've never seen a club. I could be wrong, but I haven't seen a club do a little light show on wherever in their town or their city. Sorry, you know
Not
what I mean?
having just finished 7th in the league.
Yeah, like it's because we're different, man. We're different. We are. Like we are.
Yeah, for right.
In a nice way.
For good or bad,
In
like
a-
we
yeah,
are.
well,
Like, definitely.
But it's
Yeah.
good, like if you think that amount of people coming into the city centre on a Saturday night, what that does for a boost for the economy as well. Like getting them in there, obviously you've got to travel in, whether that be through, buses, metros, cars, paying the congestion charges and pollution charges. That'll generate some revenue. And then obviously all down on the quayside, spending money there in the local hostilleries.
Can you imagine how much money on that launch day that club shop would have took in?
Yeah.
Queues around the block, man.
Even when I was there, there's 2 queues. There's one for personalizations and one for like just who did one. Obviously, getting this, I don't need to name a number on the back. Like, so.
Imagine how much
Besty
nod
one.
you would look with Besty
Can I
one
have
on the back of that.
Best in one on the back, please, mate. And but the queue for getting stuff personalized was like pretty much back to the front door.
Worsty 60.
Dozens in it, like, so it's like
You could have got an SB below that Adidas badge.
Steve Bruce.
Yeah.
I probably won't.
No, definitely not.
I'm not thought you can't ever get SB, can you?
Nope.
No.
So I really love the name George, but I couldn't call out my son's George Best.
Yeah, you couldn't.
Because
But you could. No,
I could have done one away.
Yeah.
How many little baby Adolf Hitlers do you think there are knocking about? Not that George Best and Adolf Hitler.
I was
I
going to
hasten to
say,
add-
bloody hell.
That's quite the leap there, isn't
I think
it?
it's because I was talking about
earlier on. I'm thinking, how many-
Oh,
it's
right,
like it's a
okay.
name that you think where you couldn't call a kid. Can you imagine some little kid called Schofield now? I'm like, oh, little baby Philip. It's like some names that you couldn't. I wouldn't think to call me kid after a famous person.
Do you not think George?
Philip is, of
Mm.
course, innocent.
Although there is
until
someone,
proven guilty.
the
The
bloke who.
charges are just alleged.
No,
at
I'm
this
not.
point.
I'm not
I'm just
insinuating.
making that quite clear for anybody
I'm
that's
just
watching.
saying that he's a
listening.
famous person. But then there is someone called William Best that presents Big Brother, and that's what I call my son. So.
All right, okay. Do you know
Yeah.
what I did notice from the light show though? I thought the club
Was it the distressed seagulls?
Kitty Wakes.
Kittywicks. No, so the club could have really capitalized on like a pop-up store once again. I keep on mentioning it before the games and things like that. Having something there on the quayside, they would have made an absolute killer. Not selling shirts, but like selling like of hats and scarves and whatever it could be. They would have made a fucking bomb on Saturday at the light show for doing
That's a
that.
good point. Yeah.
The amount of
They
people that
had-
were there hours beforehand, you know.
They had
would
them
have
in the
made a
England game as well
fortune.
last Monday. So on the corner of where obviously Bobby and Alan are these days,
Yeah.
they had little, just basically pop-up cabins,
Was that official
like a
England
big,
stuff?
yeah, proper like trailer kind of
I
thing.
think for a cabin,
Like
you've got to have a
things
license, haven't you? So it
come
must
up.
be.
Yeah, it's like a
And they were
burger
selling
van
like
sort of thing,
the,
isn't it?
that kind of things, and they were selling all official merchandise before the game,
Key rings and stuff.
like scarves, hats, t-shirts.
But that's what I'm saying, like
shirts.
just daft little like
Yeah.
novelty sort of things
Little-
like that.
Yeah.
They're
Little,
making a fortune, and
little mementos.
maybe it's something which we might see when the likes of Stack opens.
Well, that's why I thought they've gone all of this expense of building this temporary club shop while the new one gets refurbed and done out. It would make sense to keep that one there, even if it's just for match days, because we all know on a match day how busy that club shop gets.
Mm.
Obviously, they're going to need to get, temporary staff in and stuff like that. Give somebody a Saturday job or a Sunday job to get them in. Give somebody a bit of pocket money.
Yeah.
But it just would make life easier, and it's two places to be selling the merchandise, less time queuing, waiting around and stuff like that.
I wonder if they will have some sort of provision in Stack, because I thought that at first. I wonder if that's going to be kind of eaten up by Stack, if that stuff's. But it's where it is on top of the hill next to Strawberry.
Yeah.
It's good, not that far away, but it's far enough away not to be part of the same little area. Like so.
The only issue with what you're saying on the match day there is obviously we know that little corridor that you walk down is absolute bottleneck because the park that massive van there.
Yeah.
That's got the forklift in front of it as well, and it's ridiculous space to park it. Like.
And they've now put up a little fence around the club shop as well.
Well,
where
there we
obviously
go. So there's even less room for. So if there's people piling into them, piling out of that, I just don't think they'll do it. I don't think they'll be allowed to do it because of that reason.
Could it? Well, not maybe now, of course, but no. I'll stop saying what I was going to say. But yeah,
there is more room to get up there now because obviously the temporary fence isn't right up against the road now.
Yeah,
There's
it
a
was bad that
footpath
for a while.
again.
Yeah.
So
that'll be gone when this new shop
Yeah.
opens. It will. But I'm watching your points. Not wrong or not right. It's because it would, wouldn't it? It would help. I've always said that. Have two. You know what I mean? Or
It's part of his.
have one in town.
And Monument Mall was the one. Like I know we've talked about it a fair bit. Like, but that was a shop and a half. That literally was massive.
The new shop, though, I am excited. Of course, I'm excited for that because I'd imagine whatever they're doing, if it's going to. I mean,
Apparently-
it was horrendous the way it was, but
It's apparently influenced by the Dortmund one when they went over to the Westfalen Signal doing a park in the Champions League. That I looked at the Dortmund one and says, "That'll do us." So
I had rumours they were knocking down walls and all sorts of shit. Like I don't know how you could do that
I
because
think they've moved their escalator apparently. They should
for it
have
to
done
be,
that.
for it to be
Right.
closed as long as it's been
Yeah.
closed, as long as it will be closed by the time
Yeah.
it reopens, and for them to have to make a temporary shop, like off site,
Mhm.
whilst it's being done, I'd imagine it's going to be a pretty substantial change. Like,
yeah. I agree.
So have you? Well, so you went in the club shop, and I'm assuming you've been in it, Mark, as well.
no, I don't have a
Have you
transfer
not?
there.
I've been in
Right.
the new one, but not just when that.
Oh, I've been, yeah,
Me and him
I've
have
been
been
in. I haven't been in since the Adidas stuff
Yeah,
came
me and
up.
him went together.
I've
yeah.
been in it.
Right.
you can
So
look,
what's,
yeah.
what's the floor plan like? Is it obviously? I know it's just one floor on the ground floor. Is it probably the similar size of the ground floor in the current club shop?
Nah,
No,
it's
no.
like half
Smaller.
the size. Of that.
Yeah,
There was
that's
quite
about
a
right.
few
Yeah,
containers that were chucked in there, wasn't it?
It's like
They just knocked me into one.
4 or 5.
There's 5 containers. When you go in, your tills are on the checkout or tills. So I say tills.
I go on the
old-fashioned.
left
On
hand
the
side.
right-hand
yeah,
side.
Right.
the
Oh, was it
strawberry.
tills?
Tills,
as well.
yeah. And I would say it's probably. Well, actually, it's no any other size as the club shop is it that we had.
Yeah, it's
so
probably one half.
I'd say,
Yeah,
I'd say
maybe
maybe it's a third. Maybe it's a
third
third of
downstairs,
the.
yeah.
No, maybe sorry, maybe it's
Actually-
2/3 of the bigger room downstairs.
yeah, I would agree.
Because
with
obviously you've got the kind of little cut off bit where the escalators and the tills were downstairs. That was kind of its own little bit.
That's why I'm thinking.
I think
that
2/3.
bigger side of
I think
it.
2/3 of the big room. I would say.
This is what I've said this before. I just don't think the club shop and the location where it is at the moment, despite what they do to make it better, I just don't think it's big enough still.
We had to see how because it can't go up anymore because then you're in the concourse. Can't go like left as you look at it because you've got Shearers there.
Shearers, yeah.
And I don't suppose
you can go back because there's behind both Shearers and the club shop. There's basically the old.
Oh, it's the Gallowgate, the
old
hill,
end
isn't
of
it?
the
The old
Gallowgate.
steps. Yeah,
I think
and
they'll
then
go
they've got
back.
steps and everything.
Yeah,
going
yeah.
up.
I do, yeah, I really do. I think from what I was hearing, I don't know if I read that or heard from someone that they were knocking down walls and stuff like. You know what I mean, to make
They
it
need
bigger.
to increase the size of it, 100%.
They can
Yeah.
technically go right because next to the club shop, that's where they were coming in and out of. So that there's a fire door there, which
there
would
is, aye.
take them in and around into the stock room because that's where they were bringing the stuff out on the Thursday.
I hope they've got a suitable wall for Adam Peter bang when he buys his latest top. Not like bang as in
You
like,
knew what you meant.
yeah.
Oh, when you, yeah.
When you.
Yeah. No, 'cause I'm not being facetious.
They
I
can
like,
run away
I like
very
that.
bad
It'll be
with it.
nice little, you know. I give Adam that. Give him it.
Give him a wall to bang.
Yeah.
Give him a wall to bang. But it's just something else that you can get excited about, isn't it?
Mhm.
And
What,
you know,
you
it's-
see banging a wall?
well, no, well, like, do you know what?
I don't
It's like,
know,
Let's go and see Scott in Amsterdam for that.
so for the last handful of days, all I've been speaking about is kits and the kit launch and the merchandise and things like that. And Wallace is like, why is everybody so excited over a kit? It's just a kit. But it's weird to describe, isn't it?
What's mad is she's right.
I know.
She's
but it's
absolutely
weird.
bang on with that. Like, because I mean, I've never ever on release day gone and bought a training top before. Like all the Adidas training, I've had Adidas training tops before, like a couple of them in the past. I've never gone to the club shop on the day. Right, I've got to have something.
Would you have felt the same if it was Nike?
Or
is it because it's Adidas?
It's because it's Adidas.
That's.
I've always been
It's
Adidas man
nostalgia,
anyway.
isn't it?
Even
I'm the
before we got them in '95, I've always liked Adidas stuff.
Mm.
So but that history of it and the colours, like this is I had the T-shirt version of this 30 years ago, whenever it was 29 years ago, the one with the big thick.
It's a really good choice, isn't it? That chose that colour.
Yeah, it's a good little nods like that, and it's all consumerist and it's all to make money. The bottom line is that they want to make money off it. But it does it does get you the nostalgia going and stuff like that, and it works. And it's little things like that. I'm not saying that Adidas get it or that they really care. Like that's just a company giving
I get
football.
it,
You know, it's a company giving another company money to sponsor the product basically. But it's but little nods like that make you go like, actually, I like this. You know, I do.
100%. I'm with you, mate.
Yeah.
I had multiple orgasms, me, when I watched the
watch a
video. 'Cause
video
you know
all
how
the
much
time.
I love all that stuff. I just absolutely love it, you know. And I was just gutted that I was actually away at the time on holiday, because I wanted to go to the shop. But I'll be there tomorrow, loud and proud.
He's still, yeah. He's still, if he's watching that works in the club shop, he's alive.
I am
He's
alive,
still,
man.
yeah.
Just been travelling.
Taking the black armbands off their uniform as we speak. It was putting me kids through college.
Class. Do you want to talk about anything else before we move on to recent transfer rumours? Anything kit related or seller related or anything else?
Well, just the kit one, obviously, the two shirts, obviously, there's always been that thing for players and sort of the replica. Always has been. But I think never before has it been like, I'm going to get the players one probably as much. I think that everyone seems to be saying, the players one, the players one.
I think
You say it's always been a thing, but
Was last year?
For a long time.
I think
player-
it's more of a more of a recent thing.
I'm
isn't
not
That's it,
saying
but-
I'm not saying back in the 80s, but I mean
10
like
plus years,
certainly-
hasn't
No, it was even in the 80s.
well,
it hasn't been that long.
Yeah, in the 80s, the players had embroidered logos. We had the rubbery kind of plasticky.
Aye,
I
but
don't
you-
think.
like you
you couldn't
you couldn't
necessarily.
buy them,
That's
could
what
you?
I'm saying. What I'm saying
Right,
is,
see, if the buy
in
them,
terms of buying
yeah.
them, I remember the Puma one. Might say the Sissoko shirt, maybe black sort of triangle here, Wonga.
Yeah,
I remember them
worst
them
shirt
came
ever.
in later on as the season went on. They started getting the player version.
Yeah,
it was like 80 quid or something. That was kind of when I remember being able to buy the players one. But having said that, the point I'm trying to make is just generally speaking, the players one's never been discussed as people buying it. They'll just laugh and go, 100 quid for that, you daft.
Yeah.
Whereas this time, there's certain things I think people like about the
do you not think that
players
it's also because the prices are so much
Similar
closer
to
together now?
For between
There's only
like,
25
That's the
quid
thing.
difference.
£110 a massive amount to pay for a
It's
football
insane,
shirt.
really. It's insane.
But when you're paying 80,
£80 a ridiculous amount.
but that's what I'm saying. When you're paying £80 for a replica, an inverted commas version anyway, the extra 30 quid doesn't feel as if it's. But then Adidas have done a thing for the Euros where they've released. You've got the I think it's called the Pro version, Stadium version. I think's the kind of what we would call the one that we've seen, the 80 quid one. And there's another one, a fan version of it, which is basically like it's just a t-shirt in those colours. It's really stripped back and there's loads of little details missing from it and all that. But I think that's what they've marketed it as being an affordable way for football fans to support the team. What it is basically, it allows them to have those extra tiers.
Of course.
And that's how they justify saying,
yeah,
you know. But it's
the badge looks really nice on. I haven't seen it in the flesh, man. Yeah, I'm only seeing what I've seen on pictures.
Yeah.
On
it
the
does look good.
I went to Tirespot yesterday actually because I got yesterday afternoon. I popped down and they only had like 2 left, and it was the replica one. And I did think the material of the shirt was so much better than Castor. Well, that's what I thought when I first felt it. I was like, whoa, it's lovely that.
Jesus Christ, your dad's watching.
Is he?
That's a first.
Hi, Dad.
Hi, Dad. I've seen you.
But the crest looks really nice on the authentic one.
Yeah,
it looks really good. But this is Scott put a picture on the day, and there's nothing against Scott. Yeah, but this colour's annoying. It's like I'm not a fan. Like I'm sorry to say,
I know why, but
it doesn't connect. It's stupid. Like it's really stupid that and Scott did what they should have done within a second.
The black bit
just connect it up. But that's just me because I'm sad. My dad will definitely agree with that one. That I'll notice that type of thing, you know.
It's just because it's a black stripe. If the black stripe had been half an inch thicker or whatever it is, you wouldn't have noticed it because it's the same one. Reals have got the V-neck, Bayern Munich have got it, but because they don't wear stripes, it doesn't. It's not as stark. Whereas on ours, it's because it's the black stripe there. If it hadn't been a black stripe in the middle, if it had been a bit wider, even a bit narrower, maybe you wouldn't really notice it. But because it ends, it's like the white bit in the middle of the stripe ends on the edge of the black stripe. It does look a bit. It's a bit jarring.
Really, really weird. But you know, and I think, and I could be wrong because to be really honest, on previous player shirts, I haven't really looked that closely to them. I do remember Castor's last one. I believe the replica one had an embroidered badge, which the players didn't.
I think the official one had a transfer,
which immediately meant, well, I'm not getting that one anyway because
I would have absolutely tore the nipple off.
Well, that's because that's why.
I get it. I'm just saying, like,
the main difference has normally been that the players are literally skin tight, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
They're much more fitted and that side of things, where this one doesn't seem to be.
I think I read a thing a while ago, the players' ones aren't really built to last because they're not meant to be worn and then washed, then worn, then washed, and like, you know, like.
Well, that Puma one I was mentioning, the Wonga one again.
Yeah,
I remember that one in the shop. In my word, that was like an Under Armour.
Oh,
not that I tried it on. It was on the mannequin. And I remember going, I'm in getting in that.
I bought one by mistake, not that one. It was now when they came back up, the light blue one with a kind of dark blue. Yeah, I forgot, M&M Direct or something like that. But I thought I'll get a long sleeve shirt. You know what I'm like? I'll have a bit of that. It turned up and it was a player. I thought I'll try that on.
Can you wear it next week forward?
I've still got it on. I can't get it off. No, I sold it.
It's a long sleeve crop top.
Pretty much. I was like Homer Simpson. There must be an episode of The Simpsons where he's got that kind of thing going on. I was like, we'll take that off and we'll forget about it.
Brilliant. But I do think it's unbelievable money for either shirt, and I get why people are saying it's only an extra money to get this other one. £80 for a normal shirt.
It's the kids.
But I tell you what,
as well for me.
As an American football man, such as you are,
I am. Yeah.
I always think of their shirts are really expensive.
Insane,
but they don't change them. They last for, like, generally speaking, you've got like 4 or 5 seasons out of one series. Seasons now to TV. Years out of one normally. Like, I'm a Steelers man. The Steelers shirt jersey hasn't changed in about 20 years. Patriots has changed fairly recently, but it still lasts 2 or 3. And now you get a couple of different. You get the colour rush ones and all that. Yeah. But you think
it should? I still think home shirt should be 2 years.
Yeah,
I'm just maybe old school on that. Away every year, home
either
shirt.
2 years or half as much money. Because I think when you're paying, someone will be paying £110 for the home shirt, away shirt, third shirt. It's 330 quid straight away. Keep our kits at 85 quid each. So that's £170 there straight away. 500 quid for 5 shirts. It's ridiculous. It's obscene that.
And to be fair, I know you're making great points of, like, you know, either 2 years or half the money. But the thing is, people pay it. So they're just sitting there, sitting back.
The club need to bring revenue in as well.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I get it. I absolutely get it. I do get it. I just think it's a lot of money.
It's the longevity of it, as well as that you're gonna wear it for a year. Whereas if you bought, you know, a t-shirt or a short shirt, you might wear it.
Like, how short is it?
That's one I bought.
Sean Ring, yeah.
Well, I'm Goalkeeper as well.
But them 3/4, you're not going to wear it as often, are you? You're not going to wear it. So if you buy your
I've not seen a hoodie I wear here all the time.
you're gonna,
I've had it 7 years.
you're gonna wear it like every week to the match or whatever.
It's not a
wear it
once a week
around
shirt,
and about
Mark.
and stuff like that.
It's not a once a week shirt.
And that's what I mean. It's something that people are aware, you know, constantly. So from that point of view is when you then start breaking it down of what you're spending per wear. It probably then comes in a bit more.
I'm not sure,
But it's still
like,
really-
I'm not sure. Like I was looking at it the other day, and like the same as you, I was going, 110 quid. I thought, that's a kick
It's
in the wallet. That
insane.
like
It's insane.
It's a
really.
lot of money. That
It's
it's a
insane.
lot of money.
110 quid, man.
You imagine if you
But
bought a top.
but you'll go out on a Saturday night and you'll easily spend 110 quid and not think anything of it the next day.
Well, that is the point because he's absolutely bang on because when I was away the 85 times I've been away this month, I was going to the bar and buying certain rounds and thinking, oh, there's actually like I've blown that money there just to buy drink. Like it's nothing. Like what am I really doing? Like, do you know what I mean? But then
if I'm
he's
picking and
saying,
choosing, like I'm choosing drink.
but it's mental, isn't it? Though, like you could
Yeah.
go out and blow 200 quid a night out, and that's apparently all right.
I think I spent 200 quid a night out in about
Well-
5 years. Yeah. I don't spend more. I don't go out.
Well, fair, but if you did, I mean, you could spend 150 quid, say to 200,
It's a lot of money. Like, yeah.
and then you wake up and go, "Oh, it was a good night last night." A total
It's gone.
memory, it's gone. But you could have a top that you could have all year.
Get a
And,
nice
you
little
know.
key ring though. Bought one of them.
I'll get a photo.
Got videos from Cody.
Just don't wash your hand and go,
Yeah,
look at
I
that stamp there,
Brian
man."
Adams.
I got a stamp.
A recording contract with Simon Cowell. No doubt.
The one for that shocked me the most was the price of the baby kits. 40
You're not
quid.
fitting in one of them, man.
40 quid for a baby kit.
Really?
Yeah. Has that not been a while? Has that not been the price for a while about that?
Yeah, about that. Yeah, that's why.
That's why for personally, you know, DH Gates and all the rest of the world,
I just get fucked anyway.
they absolutely do, man. The
Yeah.
kids think I'm monkeys when they've got them on, man. Like they're not going to care. My Ben doesn't care.
Problem
you know what I
is,
mean? So-
you pay 40 quid for a baby kit, it's destroyed after like twice it's been worn. Same the kids' kit. Your kids are a bit older than mine, Deka, but I've
Oh, mate,
yours. Oh,
sure.
yeah. Like the kids, I think I got, was it last year's early birthday? One of the kids had one, and straight away he's just wiping he's had
Snots
Cheetos,
on that,
and it's just orange smears all over it. I thought, well, that's that then.
I wonder where he gets that behaviour from.
Definitely, fella.
Where'd this come from? I'm quite a tidy bloke.
But I think Ian's commenting as well, and I think he got some issues because they've changed the sizing on the kids' kits as well. Where I think, if correct us if I'm wrong, Ian, but I think you had to buy certain parts of the kit separately.
It's not just
Which
because his kids
just-
a year older than last time.
No. So I
Bit
think
last year.
so like I was like 7 to 8 and 8 and
Yeah,
9
yeah.
and stuff like that. I think I'm sure he had to buy something separate, and the kit cost an absolute bomb. The full kit.
Hey, but his kid's 19 and he's buying 78.
You're the only one old enough to have a 19-year-old
I
child,
haven't
Mark.
got a 19-year-old child.
But
20?
it's one of those things where if the club are looking to go places, but we're going to end up paying these prices for kits.
Technically old enough to.
We're
I
all
mean,
old enough to think
everyone,
your kids, actually.
everyone's been climbing over themselves. Literally, it's ridiculous. About as soon as you mention price, well, Castor was this, and Castor. I'm literally, you can't even finish your sentence before someone's throwing Castor down your throat. And Castor was expensive. I'm not saying it wasn't, but I don't believe it was 110 quid a top. Like that's what I remember.
I think the pro ones are 90, well, about 100 quid for the pro ones. Like, so it's not a huge difference.
I-
What I wonder was after the last home game this
So
season,
that's 65, then they went up to 70.
no, the pro ones are about 9,500 quid. I seem to recall. After the last home game of the season, which was, I forget who it was against now.
Me?
Brighton.
Did we play?
Was it Brighton?
Oh,
Last
who
home
did
game
we
of the season?
play? Brighton, yeah.
It was Brighton. I remember walking out St James's. I had a couple of beers in Tilly's afterwards. I was walking down like towards Westgate
Yeah,
Road.
we're on a tour in Newcastle again.
And, I remember looking at all the people in Castle shirts. I said to me, mate, there's no one wearing Castle next season, mind. And talking about the longevity and stuff like that. People who buy that Adidas shirts because of how it is and how people are with brands. And I'm the same. I've got those Adidas gear and like Newcastle stuff in the house. Like people who wear the shirts that they bought on Friday or since like for years. The Castor stuff won't get a look in. It'll be in the bin. It'll be on eBay. It'll be in the bottom of a drawer somewhere rotten. People aren't going to be wearing the Castor stuff from next season unless they haven't bought the new one.
No,
I
well,
honestly
I-
believe that. I don't think you'll see many Castor home shirts this time next year. There'll be the vast minority.
yes.
Whereas
I
you
agree
still see people wearing the season before last Castor kit or the Puma kits or even the Adidas kits. You know, the Castor stuff won't have that.
But I think one of the reasons for that as well, though, Besty, is how easily and readily available the fakes are these days for the likes of the retro kits as well. You see a lot more of the retro shirts in St James's Park now, and you can spot
You see
a
some
mile off.
absolute stinking
Some
colours.
howlers in there.
Stinking.
Absolute howlers. Me and Joe done one where Joe bought one, and Jesus Christ, one of the worst fakes. And that hit, Joe actually wore it out the house as well.
Were you in the pub with me? I think you might have been in Newcastle, and someone had the Newcastle shirt with the shield on the back. You know the shield on the back.
Yeah,
and
97.
had Shearer 9 in the shield. So you know, Shearer
the whole
goes
thing was
above
in
it.
the shield.
The whole thing was in the shield.
Yeah, I've seen one where
Could
it
not
wasn't
believe
in
it.
the shield, but like it's touching like over like it's covering half of the shield.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, I think I've seen that one.
Like, but you can see those ones because the shield on the back, that was more like it wasn't printed on, it was like a felt material, wasn't it, on the back of it?
Yeah, it was.
But these ones are clearly just
Nah,
printed
the
on.
original.
No, the original one was
Was it
printed.
printed?
Into the,
Oh, but
was
sorry,
the
it was like the silky material
No,
on the shirt, though,
it was
wasn't it?
sublimated.
Aye,
in the-
but
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
he means the
The numbers and the name.
Oh, the numbers were the
material
heavy
of
felt
that,
ones.
yeah, the
Yeah,
heavy
yeah.
felt.
Sorry, yeah.
But like that material was like a silky material. It was quite smooth, that material. But now you can see the fakes. It's all the materials exactly the same.
Yeah.
So you can
Yeah.
see a mile off. And I'm not bashing people that buy off DHK because I've done it before as well.
Oh,
No, there's nothing wrong with that. It's
because people-
expensive. We're
Yeah,
sitting here
exactly.
saying how expensive. If
Exactly.
that's what you want to do, I'm not going to turn my nose up at someone because I've got a snide shirt on.
No.
Yeah,
No.
like I've said, I
Do what
buy
you
my
do,
kids the ones off DHK like a
Yeah.
mile off.
My wardrobe's full of them.
Yeah.
Mine don't fit.
One of the worst fakes I've seen though is the
last season blue one.
last season blue.
Oh, the
There's
blue
so
one,
many
that's
fakes, and the
awful.
blues are completely wrong on it.
Really?
Completely wrong.
Was it Joe who said that it was a photo of all four of them on? I think it was Canny Chatter wearing one. We're all wearing the same shirt, and he says
It was
which
a
one
match
was fake.
review, yeah.
And you couldn't tell. We were going, oh, it's that one. And I think he had one that was authentic, but was a bit more of a kind of lighter blue.
Yeah.
Weirdly.
Yeah,
But
the
mine,
blue's
the one I've
different.
got, I got from the club shop.
I
I did,
did.
and it's quite dark blue. Like,
Yeah, it is. Paul Williams says a bit of a kit snobbery going on. Yeah, it's because we're love with kids, man. We're absolutely obsessed with
Yeah.
kids. Like, and we've all got fake ones as well. Like,
See, I think the Castor kits were lovely.
I like the designs.
All of the
I think
Castor
all lovely
kits
as
were
well.
lovely.
but I'm as lovely as I think they were. I don't think I can't see myself. I don't wear the kits for the game that often anyway. I'm wearing a Castle t-shirt beneath this jumper, so I'm blind straight away there. I can't imagine
And that other one underneath that one.
That's Puma, that one. I can't imagine wearing a Castle shirt for the match again.
That wouldn't stop me. Like,
I
I like the designs.
I'm not saying it would stop us. I just don't think I can't. If I'm presented with, say, this season's shirt I don't have, or the 3 Castor ones, I'd probably pick the season one every time just because it's. And I'm not into, not necessarily because I must wear the latest one. Because I don't often. I'll often wait at the end of the season when they're cheap to buy them because it's too expensive.
Do you think then that when I go, I'm talking years ahead, right?
Yeah.
So we might wear the gold Clive one, right? I'm just throwing that one out there.
Yeah.
You might want to wear that one now.
Mhm.
Do you think kids might want to rebuy the one that when we're finishing the Champions League for the first time in 20 years? Like, will that be the same?
The one with the Castor, the middle Castor.
Yeah,
white.
the one like from
um,
Champions League 2 years ago. Like, for example, you're saying, and rightfully, I'm not right or wrongly, that you wouldn't wear it now, which is fine.
Not
But
that
do
I
you
wouldn't
think-
wear it. I just
No,
wouldn't,
I know,
yeah.
but I get what you're saying. But do you think years down the line, people will go, "Oh, I want the one when we finished the Champions League all them years ago"? Or do you
Interesting,
not
I
think
don't
that?
know.
Well, never, I don't know.
because there's nice designs there.
Yeah, nice thing. I got the Champions League one from this season with the patch on the sleeve and all that,
Mhm.
and the number, what's it called, name set and the different font and all that. That does look good. So maybe I might be backtracking in the second year, like because he could be right.
That's
there.
slightly
Oh,
different.
you might be right.
Bringing round, haven't we?
No, I think
That's what we get
that's
for.
what being a grown up's all
That's what
about.
we get
Yeah.
for.
Like even
Present with evidence.
like we
and
were
you-
just saying there, even when all the crap years that we've gone through with like the Puma kits, there's still some Puma kits in there that were brilliant.
I think most of them, to
Really
be honest
nice
with you.
Puma kits that
I was never a
look at
fan
it
of
and think you
Puma.
pull it out and see that's a nice.
I think I
nice
criticised the Puma ones a few weeks ago, and then when we sat and talked about them, I was like, "Oh, that was a nice one, and that one was canny." And
I thought the championship after the
I think the Puma away ones were better than the home ones.
oh, aye.
well, the third
purple,
one,
purple and black.
I love
with
that
the
one.
Triangles. That one was
Yeah,
lovely.
it's the only one I've got, I think.
The black one,
the green one,
the
I
black
liked.
was it? What is it again, Mark? The
The black and black one.
black and black.
Black one, black, fantastic.
Well, 2 of them, didn't we? Oh no, one
Yeah.
was. I don't know, both Puma.
The shadow kit was class as
Was
well.
the shadow one?
Castor
One was.
did one with the black with the like all the different patterns.
Like a
the
black,
grey
it was
in
kind
it.
of black and
That one was
shite.
nice.
grey
I like
stripes,
that one.
wasn't it?
The one, the,
Black and
the
gold with the
gold one,
grey.
the stripes.
Yeah,
Oh, shite, that one.
like waves. I like that one.
Yeah, shite. Shall we talk about goalkeeper transfer rumours?
Ah, well then. Well,
James
James
Trafford.
Trafford.
James Trafford is rumoured at Newcastle have put in a £16 million bid, I think it was.
That's anywhere between 12 and 16,
So
depending on who you
thereabouts.
believe, isn't it?
been rejected from what I've just
Rejected, yeah. I think they'll offer 20 million for him. I think if that does happen, if I put a bid in, I think it's safe to say that Newcastle are probably looking elsewhere on the field to invest majority of the money. When just last week we were linked with a £30 million goalkeeper. We don't know what's happened there. If obviously that bid's just being thrown away straight away, I would imagine. So
I think it'll have a lot to do with the fact that the Tosin deal has fell through, because you wouldn't have been paying a transfer fee there. We still need a central defender.
that's
You're going to have to go and spend some money to do.
That's Lloyd Kelly. That's
yeah, but
what
we're going to get two in. We're going to get Tosin and
Yeah.
Kelly both coming in for free. No outlay, which then meant you could splash big in other positions, whether that be goalkeeper or right wing, potentially striker. Whereas now, even if Lloyd Kelly still comes in, you still need to buy another centre half. That's probably more of a priority and is going to cost you more. So they now have to look at the other positions and say, well, if we buy a central defender, we now can't afford to spend 30-40 million pound on a goalkeeper to do that, because we need to.
It's a funny one, isn't it? Because
Prioritise.
we saw what a difference having a really good goalkeeper makes for the second half of last season, maybe longer than that. So I'm a little bit surprised when, I mean, we're deficient in both areas, aren't we, really? I mean, really, strictly speaking, because of Botman's injury, Lascelles' injury, the fact that Trippier, Shea, Lascelles, and Dan Burn are all in their 30s now, we are
Dummett's
looking...
left as well.
Dummett's gone, of course, yeah. Richie played left back a fair amount, like, so we've got to... I think Matt Target's probably in his 30s as well now. We are looking like defence is going to have to be totally different in 5 years' time. Where you look up front, you can say Isak, if we're successful, Isak's going to be there still. Anthony Gordon's probably still going to be there. In midfield, we've got players that will be there kind of for the next part of what we're hoping to do. Defensively, it's going to be completely different, in Botman notwithstanding. And it's weird thinking Dubravka's going to be gone in the summer, we imagine. The handsome one, Karius he's already gone. He's lush, isn't he? So we really do need a keeper, and I'm a little bit surprised. No, maybe surprised isn't the word. I thought they'd really be going for this the Georgian lad whose name I can't pronounce. Mamardashvili. I did it. Because again, like I said, the drop off. I didn't think that there was that much of a difference between Pope and Dubravka until Pope wasn't playing anything. Oh, hang on a second, this is a difference here. So yeah, I thought they'd kind of stick to their guns a little bit there. But yeah, the whole defense, the whole back five, or four of them.
Absolutely agree with everything you've said there.
I don't actually know what I said.
But I would also say yes, absolutely. This person's that age and this person's getting on, and etc. etc. But could that defense with Kelly in that defense, could that get you through one more year till the next window? Because you don't rewrite it. You don't have to rewrite everything in one window, right? It'll take multiple windows.
Well,
January might get one person in, maybe. I don't know.
You're only going to have 3 fit centre halves, though. Even if Kelly comes in,
well, he won't be fit either.
Well, he's always in.
That's an issue.
You're literally going to have Shea, Burn, and Kelly. If that's all that comes in, Lascelles is out for the season. Botman's going to be out for
I don't know what
the majority of it. You would have thought.
You don't know what kind of shape they're going to come back in either.
Well, God, heaven forbid, but imagine if Botman comes back and it's like a Lejeune situation, because that's what you're looking at. Somebody that was probably one of the best central defenders I've ever seen at the club in Lejeune. Obviously, did his knee, did it again, and he just never looked the same player. No. He was still technically very good, but pace-wise and stuff like that just caught up with him.
Well, proof's in the pudding that we wanted both of them, so it's clearly, and I just think it'll really readjust the transfer plans if they were trying to get 2 frees.
Yeah.
And now, unfortunately, the one of them that it's just a shame that Thiago Silva obviously left, because then that
wouldn't happen. Yeah, that's not going to affect it.
Not going to affect. Oh, yeah, exactly. And Chelsea obviously up their game, and kind of whatever reason he went there. But I don't know. It's a difficult one. I think the conversation with the keepers. What's your thoughts on the lad from Burnley? Because I'll let you discuss first.
So I think me and Besty discussed this last week about obviously bringing the lad from Valencia in. Is that was competition for Pope, as in a close competition. He's probably coming in as your number one if you're spending that amount of money on a goalkeeper.
Yeah, I guess.
And obviously Nick Pope is 32, 33, which isn't old for a goalkeeper. Of course it's not, but you're probably looking at somebody that's a bit younger to then having that longer amount of time in nets for Newcastle United. the fact I think we've gone down the other route now, where yes, it's going to be somebody challenging Nick Pope for that position, but kind of like an understudy to him now, which I kind of get, but it's probably the only reason, I'm not sure if you agree, Besty, is because we're having a look at different areas, what the lads have just said.
Yeah, I think that's exactly right. I think you're kind of, plan B sounds a little bit uncharitable, but I think that's kind of where we are in that regard now, where because the Torsten thing fell through, like I says, it means that the money's got to be spread around a little bit more finely now. I don't know a great deal about James Trafford. I feel a bit sorry for him in that the way Burnley played last season, you could have had like the best keeper in the world. You could have generally like Donnarumma in goal, and he would have still conceded about 1,000 goals just because Burnley weren't very defensively sound last season.
You have to remember we've got Nick Pope from Burnley side, which was also relegated as
I was
well.
actually going to mention that. Yeah, we'll just kind of leave Burnley to go down every second year. So we'll just pick
their goalkeeper,
pick that fruit.
Well, on the stag do I was on in Munich, there was loads of Burnley fans in the bar, and they were dressing someone up in a Blackburn kit or vice versa. No, it was a Blackburn fan. They dressed him up in a Burnley one. That was a joke. Blah, blah. And anyway, they found out what were Geordies. They were cracking on, talking away. And I don't know how, but the conversation got to Trafford almost straight away. It wasn't about us being linked with them because at the time we weren't.
Yeah.
And all of them were like very much, like he's been hung out to dry by company and his style of play. And they were defending him almost. They were saying he doesn't look as good as what we thought he would. Their opinion was certainly Championship, and maybe before that he was going to be the absolute man. But they've blamed company in regards to the style of play and not protecting him enough. And he's looked weak and he's looked vulnerable and he hasn't played very well. But they haven't actually blamed him for that. And they were saying like the only thing they're annoyed about is them feel they'll not get the price tag that he's truly worth due to how bad he looked last season. It was quite interesting what they said. Like,
if you think of the age that he is, the experience that he's got, you don't get many players.
He's only 19 or 20,
at that age that have played that amount of Premier League football, of Championship football. The kids in the England squad is the third choice goalkeeper, ahead of loads and loads of established Nick Pope. Now, obviously, that's to do with the injury side of things with Nick Pope, but
Jack Butland.
You don't. Jack Butland's had an unbelievable season, albeit in Scotland, which is the equivalent of League One.
Obviously, yeah, man at Celtic as well, Joe Hart.
Yeah, so there's undoubtedly talent there. The difference is that yes, he's had a difficult season. He got dropped from the team because of the issues that were there, and I think bringing him in, or on the face of it, 15-20 million does seem quite a bit of money. But if he can then play as an understudy to Nick Pope, learn the kind of the art from him of developing as a goalkeeper, pushing each other in training and stuff like that, very much like we had with Shea Given and Steve Harper. With them really being close, there was never a great deal to pick and choose.
Both young as well,
with the pair of them.
Given Harper when it started coming through,
though, mentions
it
as
could
well.
Could be a good shrewd sign.
Saying that we'll have to remember that Trafford won the Golden Glove as well, the tournament that Anthony Gordon got
exactly
player of the tournament for as well,
yeah.
And saved a penalty in the final as well, which obviously
he's a good goalkeeper.
He's incredibly confident with his feet. Now that has also getting him in trouble a bit, and which always gets highlighted. But again, that's probably age, though. No, I'm not knocking him.
Inexperience.
I'm not knocking
that side of things.
Edison and Allison get caught out with their feet, and it's going to happen every now and then. And John Burge goes off on one on Facebook about
comfortable on with his feet. Like now, again, you hope that. Well, look at Christ. I mean, I know, and I was on your friendly, but look at that. The one we've just had in Australia there. That pass from Puma and went straight there to Madison. Like it happens, right? Like I just think I can understand why some people might be, because some people had all their eggs in the basket for the lad you mentioned from Valencia, right? And thinking,
even though they'd never heard of him.
Well, it's a foreign name, isn't it? That's what it is. But I don't know. Well, then the other point is, and I appreciate you're going to probably straight away. Well, money's different, right? But are you more happy with him, say if it was him, than Ramsdale? Because Ramsdale was linked. And let's just for a second take the money out, because I know the argument would be, well, we're not going to spend 40 million, no. But obviously Ramsdale, I think everyone, other than me, probably was like, nah.
I don't think Ramsdale's.
I didn't see the fascination.
I think he's a bit too accident prone.
Okay, that's a fair point now.
So I don't know enough about Trafford to say yes, I want to have him as opposed to Ramsdale. But I've seen enough of Ramsdale to think I don't really want him. So that's me.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah,
I think Ramsdale's a good goalkeeper, but when we've just spent half of the season Dubravka more is not getting booed, was he? But the abuse, the reviews he was getting, from our parts of the fan base, rightly or wrongly.
Steve Bruce would class it as abuse.
Yeah, aye, God, aye. But
So are we saying that Dubravka's staying, and then it would be Pope, Trafford?
no, I think Dubravka's gone.
So Dubravka's gone, Karius is gone, and now we're going to say that it's going to be Pope, Trafford. If it was Trafford, and then Gillespie, and that's thanks for coming.
Gillespie, and then you've got the
great,
whoever the young lads are,
That scares the living shit out of us.
I'd say I'm not. It's very unusual that a third choice keeper will get much of a look in, to be honest with you.
Well, your second choice as well.
Yeah, we the last 2 seasons we've had to because of the Pope injury, and then Dubravka being on loan at Man United in the cup tie thing, which is a total freak occurrence. So Karius played that one, and then the second one was Pope's injury. Dubravka was poorly. He played 1 game, so we've only relied on a third choice keeper twice. Over the past 2 seasons.
That's fair.
And he looked better than Dubravka both times.
I wouldn't disagree with that. I thought he was very unlucky at Arsenal. It happened that Sven Botman's got 100% record scoring against him.
He does. He does. He loves no goal against him. He does. I just want to end it on one thing as well. Anthony Gordon started for England. Mark, you were there. What was it like?
We Wembley way.
He didn't start it.
Oh shit! He was injured for the Newcastle.
Which I did find very unusual because I thought of the 2 games that was 100%.
Yeah, he was injured for that one. Sorry, that's my apology.
But he was injured.
The Wembley game.
But no, he played at Wembley, and I've got to say he looked good.
Looked bright.
He looked very good.
Oh, did he go down Wembley? Like?
No, that was me. That was me just sending Mark on a journey there.
For the purposes of this conversation, yes, I did.
So Tripp started at the one at St James's Park. He captained the side out. Then the one at Wembley, Anthony Gordon started on the left hand side.
God, how Trippier as well. I didn't watch much. I didn't watch much of it, but I saw a bit the first half, most of the second half. And Gordon looked dangerous. Gordon, there was one where the ball's going out for a throw, more or less, and he just controls it and kills it straight away on his way down there. He's such a good.
That's exactly what he does for Newcastle. When he got in that position where he came inside, and I thought when he tries to hit it with, and he just scuffs his shot, and it goes flying out. I think 9 out of 10 times he hits that target there, and he just sails it. But the commentators kept on saying Gordon looks like the only outlet which they have on the counter attack now, and he was flying.
It was
down the left-hand side.
His moments showed how bad England are under Southgate, because I mean, last Monday that game was Jesus. It was like watching Steve Bruce being back at Newcastle. It was just so negative.
But do you not think though that's a bit on the players as well? Just before a major tournament, that they're probably not playing to the full potential as well.
I think
in fear of an injury or something like that. Missing a tournament for them is huge. Close to it.
I think there's an element of that. I also think teams, who was it last Monday? Bosnia. So you're Bosnia. I was going to say Serbia. That would have been a bit of a faux pas, but if you're Bosnia and you're looking up and you've got, I know this wasn't necessarily the team, but you've got like Harry Kane, Bukayo Saka, Cole Palmer, Jude Bellingham.
Well, only one of them played.
Well, that's what I've just said. That wasn't a team. But if you're Bosnia, you're playing against England. So England for that was Ollie Watkins, Anthony Gordon. They're still Premier League. They're good players. They're going to. If you're going to think, right, we're going to just sit tight here. We're going to be
trial, wasn't it?
We're going to be compact. We're going to be deep.
Bosnia probably looked far more threatening than England did.
I like Southgate, but I do think he's a little bit too conservative. And the problem he's got with this squad, if we can turn it to England podcast for a minute, the problem he's got with this squad is it's defensively. Defense is the poorest part of the pitch by a long chalk, and Harry Maguire not being in there is really damaging. I thought he'd take Branthwaite, actually, personally. But defenses win tournaments, and the way Southgate plays football is to be defensive first, and then, which I don't hate because it does get you foreign tournaments, generally speaking. Can't do that with this squad. Yeah. I think we'll be in trouble in the group if we try that. So you've got to get at teams.
Particularly with the attacking players that we've got at our disposal, and we've just those last 2 games it's not even just those last 2 games. We're just not playing.
I think
to the strengths of the players that we've got available.
I think the players have lost confidence in Southgate. Like I feel like it's going that way, which it shouldn't, but necessarily shouldn't. But I just feel the Iceland game was atrocious. Like
it was poor. Then I kind of noticed Foden. I thought Foden played really poorly. He played poorly in the cup final as well.
Foden just tried to blame everybody else.
I thought Foden was terrible in the cup final, and he was playing for Pep Guardiola's Man City there. So I don't think that's all Southgate's. Like Southgate hasn't done that to him. That's
no.
He's just in a bit of bad form.
Do you think Gordon will start then?
No.
I think he might.
No, I don't. I think it'll be.
So you think you'll shift Foden on the left?
I think Kane. You've got Saka right, Foden left, and Bellingham in the middle, and you've probably got Cole Palmer next in line.
I'm not so sure. I think Gordon might start.
I think you'll play. You'll certainly play, especially
from last Monday. Cole Palmer is not a midfielder in a million years, or even winger. Because he.
You're not our
underplayed
go-to
in
to host for positional places on the field, by the way.
Well,
I think
he's not a left back.
Dan Burn, Matt Rich.
Cole Palmer is not a left back.
He couldn't pass a ball.
Yeah.
Like when in the positions he was playing, you were expecting him to pick up a ball and either drive at the defense, try and get into positions, or play balls through to your striker or your wide. He was constantly just coming inside and losing the ball.
Saka was getting shit again.
Into congested places, but stick him up front. If he's going to play him, stick him up front. But when Kane came on, God, that's the best I've ever seen him play at St James's Park in the 20 minutes. And he changed the game.
He didn't break anyone's leg this time, did he? So
he's missed a lot of time as well, hasn't he? He's not fully fit
He
either.
had a back injury. That's what it was.
Iceland, I didn't think he looks. I thought he looked a bit leggy there, but I don't know. I think the problem that we have got, right, is if teams sit back, which they will, right?
Yeah.
I see Iceland did it, and I just didn't see that we're going to break anybody down. Because in possession with the ball, we're so slow with the ball.
Yeah.
We don't move the ball quick enough. And Iceland, 72nd, I think, in the world ranked, had won the counter attack for fun, man.
Yeah,
For fun.
People made the comparison with the European Championship game, but that was a far better Iceland team than this now.
Oh, absolutely.
What is it? 8 years later,
Absolutely.
that team's been and gone.
They're terrible. There was a few teams I heard that were ranked above them. Forgive us, I forgot them, but I mean, there were horrific teams that were ranked above Iceland that you wouldn't even think were in the top 100. Iceland on the counter attack were brilliant and should have scored more. That was the thing. It was 1-0, but it should have been more.
That one that nobody slipped.
Yeah.
Right.
That's got to be a goal.
I just think if we go back to selection and things like that, I think if you play like a forward on the left, I think it's daft. I think you've got to be ruthless in these sort of tournaments. And yes, you've got a selection of fantastic players for club football, but then they can't all play. So I think Gordon on that left-hand side is probably that one player. Obviously, Grealish hasn't gone away as well. So Gordon's probably the only one that's
He'll
fit
100%
and suit on that left-hand side.
He'll 100% get
playing
time.
Yeah, playing time. But I think he should be starting in his natural position rather than shoving Foden on the left-hand side.
That's been England's problem for years. I think it's Gerrard playing on the left wing and
they just were trying to
2010 and
get all the best players to be on the field, even if it wasn't in the natural position.
So if that was the case, then who would you drop then?
That's it.
Saka?
But then
Foden on the right.
So,
that's
but
what I would
he
do.
just won't do that, will he?
No, that's what I mean. I don't think he should, but I don't think he will. And I think that's what I'm saying. You have to be ruthless between those two. That's their position.
Foden in a 10, but that means you're not playing Bellingham.
No. What he's saying is he would drop Saka and play.
Bellingham.
He would drop Saka and play Foden right, and then go on left, and then Bellingham doesn't change.
Saka's better on the right. Well, again, fitness though.
Saka is better on the right cutting in.
Yeah,
it's basically Arsenal's version of Miggy.
Gets a lot of criticism as well, and he did. He's been getting shit.
Surprised by that.
He played 20 minutes. Yeah, he played 25 minutes. I think.
He's a fabulous player.
But the way that they've played in the last couple of games is
worrying, right?
Is possession, the amount of recycling of the ball that they were doing, just giving it little passes instead of actually trying to get at the team.
It's predictable, isn't it? It's predictable. I think when you're watching, it's very predictable of what they're going to do.
You've also got to blame Pep Guardiola a bit for that as well, of the way that he's
about to blame Pep again.
He's gone from with Foden playing like that, Grealish playing like that as well. You know, if you think what Grealish was like at Villa in the time that he was...
Are you playing Pro Evo or something like that? Grealish and Bellingham. You're playing ISS, aren't you?
Wrong.
Grealish, he's not great.
The problem with Trippier is...
Grealish?
Grealish.
What about
Grealish?
Grealish.
You've got Cool Wilker at right back. Jaden Pockford in goal. He's not a keeper.
We're in trouble, but you know what it is? I think it was the first time we haven't won the last game since like the 60s. But if you absolutely win the first group game, that Iceland game's forgotten about. But it was an awful way to end. You know, to what's the word, go into the competition.
The build up, yeah.
It was the worst possible.
Well, it's a funny one. I think it's quite a tough group. I think is it Slovenia, Serbia, and Denmark. There's not a Panama in there where we're gonna Harry Kane's gonna be scoring goals with his arse and stuff.
Yeah,
it's a tough group. That I think maybe I could see we're winning it, the whole thing. I could see we're finishing third in that group as well. I don't know how we're going to do this summer. I think
honestly,
us and Slovenia will get through.
Yeah, and Denmark.
Yeah.
After seeing that performance on Saturday, I'm not taking any. I'm
Technically,
not
look at
looking
it like
at
it's
this.
like a sort of a pre-season game that you would see Newcastle play.
That's totally how I
That's what
thought
I
it was
would do,
poor,
like.
but I don't think it has any bearing on.
We should be taking them apart, even if these guys are at 50% effort. We should be able to run through these guys, man. I'm telling you, should be.
I think
he's back to his but it's only Bournemouth.
I think whatever happens, I
Oscar Bob,
think this is probably Southgate's last tournament. Like
We should be beating Luton at home.
Should be.
I think this is probably Southgate's last tournament.
Oh, without
It
doubt.
could have been his last tournament too.
Without
Bloody
doubt.
No,
tournament.
I like Southgate. I don't
Without
mind
doubt.
that he's still there, but it feels now as if this is his chance. He's had a couple. He's had.
But you also laugh if you went to Man United, right?
Well, yeah, but that's 'cause I don't think international management and club management are really the
Okay,
same
that's a
thing. To
fair
be honest
comment.
with you, I think
That's a fair
they're
comment.
totally different. Not totally different, but they're
No,
different
it's a
enough.
fair comment.
I think he's a better international manager than he was. He was never a good. He was crap at Borough, for instance.
He's been crap everywhere. He's been.
It's the most successful England manager, with the exception of Alf Ramsey, we've ever had.
Yeah, you got to remember he took over in a really, really bad time, right?
Yeah.
And he's definitely, you know, you have to say he's done a good job. And our people just seem to want to.
He was being technically a more successful England manager than Bobby Robson. Bobby Robson's remembered nice well because of Italia 90. Got knocked out in the group stage in 88. Got the quarters in 86, but he was being vilified. They couldn't wait for him to go.
He was leaving them
And he
before
had
then.
that
wasn't
World Cup in 1990, that was it. So and look how well remembered he is now. We got
Yeah.
a one World Cup semi-final,
That's
and one
absolutely right.
quarter-final, hand to God. Southgate's got a World Cup quarter-final, a World Cup semi-final, a European Championships final. I don't think he's done the right thing. I think the Italy one in particular, I think he got it wrong. Big style there. Probably against France in the quarters last World Cup as well. But I think for the most part, I find it really surprising when people say we should be doing better, because we should have been doing better under Sven, under Capello, under
totally
Sven
agree
again
with
in 2002. It feels weird that Southgate gets the.
Southgate seems to be the top of the hate list.
Yeah.
And I look at the likes of that Sven team, I'm like, how I made.
My mate at
Gotta be
work,
getting better.
I've got a mate at
difference
work who wants England to do badly because he hates Southgate that much.
Oh, well, that's mental.
I think that's absolutely. Yeah, there's reasons, very valid reasons, not to like England international football. Gareth Southgate's not one of them.
Yeah, totally agree with
I disagree. But
Hang on a sec,
if
what?
the players that he's got at his disposal,
it's every year
disposal
we say
now,
that, man.
he's fallen very, very lucky. Albeit,
But
He
again,
had the
Look at defense,
relationship
man.
with him coming
Look at the
through.
defense.
what about
You're
when,
seeing the players you've
when-
got to dispute. The defense is horrific.
when Sven and Capello had Rio Ferdinand, John Terry,
and
Ashley
I
Cole,
100% agree.
Stephen
they were
Gerrard, Frank
brilliant,
Lampard, Paul
brilliant
Scholes,
teams.
Wayne
The
Rooney,
difference
Michael Owen.
was all the other teams around the world at that time had better teams. You now look at the teams that we've got. Spain's not the team that they used
On
to
an
be.
individual level, do you think so?
Italy's horrendous these days.
Perez and Joselu Spanish side. What are you talking about?
Exactly. There you go. So the players that we've got available, and it's a bit like the Premier League now. When you look at the likes of Man United, the performances that they have had, Chelsea last season, Liverpool probably last season, them dropping away, and you've got the teams that are kind of at a higher level. It's like that now with the international sides.
But
There's very, very poor
Greece won the
teams that
Euros.
you would think.
The
Holland
teams
have
that were
never
around
had
then,
a
man.
good team for years and
Really
years.
good point, Deka. Greece won it in 2004. Was that and that was when Sven
England
had that.
yeah.
Was
Aye.
really good in the group stage, not knackered with, but we still had a good, strong. That was
Very
the best,
strong
as good an England squad as we've had.
And Portugal were flying at that
and-
point as well. There were good
yeah.
teams at that time. France was still class.
Portugal were winning everything, weren't they?
Yeah.
At that point, it was just a
Now Portugal have only won one tournament.
ones.
When Euro 2016, that was it.
But anyway, I think defensively, well, there's two things. I think defensively
We'll
we're
massively
struggling.
miss Maguire.
Yeah,
We will. I will.
I think
aye.
I really
Yeah,
do
we
think
will.
we'll. I
Yeah,
think
we will.
I
It's a big
don't-
loss. As much as people
I
give
like-
him
I like
shit.
Mark-
Bones and
I think- I
Maguire,
like
I would have
Gay.
been quite happy with them too.
I like Gay, but I think Maguire's experience, and he's had a hard time for picking him. It was actually probably one of his better seasons that I knew this season, to be honest with you, when he's been fit. I think it's the injury that did him, wasn't it, rather than not
Yeah.
being selected.
Yeah, he's
Absolutely
injured,
right,
Um,
He's injured, yeah.
But I think he will be a miss because the experience. I think he's a good centre half. I would have had him at Newcastle when we were talking about. I think he's a really good centre half.
I felt sorry for him. The grief he got, like he went
Yeah.
through this period of time.
He's better for England than he is Man United.
I think he's just at the wrong club.
I think every player's better for someone else in Man United.
I think he's just at the
Normal.
wrong. If he was at Leicester, he was really highly thought of. When he was at Hull, going back there, it's just he's at Man U, and any mistake you make,
You're done.
yeah,
You're done.
because the entitlement that they have.
It's true.
Right, that's it.
And
Thanks to
opposition
everybody
fans can be
who has joined us live tonight. There's over 1,000 of you. Just like the video, it means a lot to us as well. Become a subscriber. It costs you nothing to do that. If you do want to give an extra bit back, it is just $2.99 per month to become a member as
Can't
well.
believe we didn't get.
Would you take
questions.
Maguire if he came
Yeah.
like to now?
It depends.
What
It
about
depends
defense?
on the money.
Transfer
I
fee
totally
and
agree
salary
with
and that,
that.
but I would be if Maguire signed and it was a reasonable the going rate, whatever that way, I think, yeah, I'd take Maguire. No problem.
Yeah, I would. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would.
Thanks, everybody. See you next time.
Reborn at Newcastle.
What you doing? There are.